This podcast is brought to you by Pragmatic Solutions, the leading iGaming PAM platform with a modular approach, including many benefits like a fast, secure, and scalable API-based platform, integrated with all major third-party products and services. Make sure you head over to Pragmatic Solutions and join our smart thinking.
Stefania Curmi, I'm so happy to have you sort of in this call. Normally we call on different, for different reasons in different channels. You're the head of HR for commercial and operations, like global HR at LeoVegas. It's a big thing. You're also the industry representative for iGaming at MEA, so the Malta Employers Association. Another big thing.
That's right.
But most of all, you're a long-standing member of HR Connect.
I am a proud, long-standing member of HR
Very
Connect.
Good.
That's
Very
right.
Good. There you said it. As I understand it, this week has quite a lot of... you're planning quite a lot this week. What's this EuroPride? No, sorry, EuroPride. It's one word that you're planning. And yes, go on.
So EuroPride is a really exciting event. So it's basically hosted by a different European city every single year. And this year it's being hosted in Malta. So as a country, we bid for it and we won that bid. So that's really, really good. Well done to all those involved in the bidding process. And the idea of it is to celebrate how far the world has come when it comes to LGBTIQ plus rights, but also a recognition of how much there's still to go on this topic, how much work is still needed on this topic. So it's a 10-day event. LeoVegas are one of the main sponsors of this event. So we're really enjoying our involvement in it so far.
How does EuroPride differentiate from Pride?
So this is the European edition. So it's a really big one, basically, where lots of people travel into whichever European destination EuroPride is being held at. It differs because there are also lots of local prides. So, for example, Malta Pride happens also regularly. We used to sponsor that before COVID when there were certain activities being held for Malta Pride. LeoVegas was one of the sponsors for that also. So I guess this is the really big addition, to put it this way.
How come LeoVegas is so committed to sponsoring? And as you said, you're the one and only representative from our industry, from the iGaming industry.
That's right. So we're the iGaming company who are there with the main sponsors of the event. And I have to say that it seemed like a really natural decision for us to sponsor this for a number of different reasons. First of all, as I said, we've supported Pride in different ways over the years, so this is not so new to us. Also, super exciting that it's being held in Malta, where we've got our largest offices. So it feels very close to home. This particular edition of EuroPride. We're also a really diverse company, diverse organization. We have people from over 60 nationalities, lots of different backgrounds. So it also feels like it fits in with that it represents us as a diverse company. And we really want to make sure that LeoVegas is an employer that creates a safe space and an encouraging space for anybody who wants to work with us. So that's also another reason for that. And also we've got DEI, so diversity, equity and inclusion, really high on the agenda within our management team, within our HR team. There have been a number of initiatives which have taken place at Leo over the last few months, where we've really put this high on the map, so to speak. So this also feeds into the work that's being done on the DEI space at LeoVegas.
And I'm thinking, like, from an employee or from the workforce perspective, from the employees, what do you have in the pipeline? What's planned for them?
It's a long list. How much time do we have? No. So there are a number of internal events which are happening for our employees within the company. So some time ago we had the Honourable Rebecca Buttigieg, who is the Parliamentary Secretary for Reforms and Equality, together with Maria Zoppardi, who is the President of ARC, the Allied Rainbow Communities. They came over to our office. I got the opportunity to spend some time with them, interview them about all the preparations for EuroPride, what EuroPride means for Malta and for Europe, what are some of the challenges and so on. And our people got to listen into that and ask questions. So that was our sort of first event. We've also got an event coming up being hosted by our Newcastle office, where some speakers who specialize on the topic are going to talk to us about the history of Pride, how it came about. It's a great opportunity for education, really. How did this come about? Where are we now? What's the future of Pride? That type of discussion. So we've got that also coming up for our people. There's also the fun element. So if you go into our offices all over Europe at the moment, you will see it, really brightly decorated, showing our support for EuroPride. Lots of, treats and activities and fun events linked to that. And in fact, EuroPride is known as being a fun and vibrant event, but obviously also with a very strong message. So it's about finding that balance, really, when this is being celebrated. So that's some of the internal stuff, but also our people will have presence at a number of the external events that are being organized by the organizing committee of EuroPride. So we will be attending the parade. That's the big event, which happens in Valletta with a number of floats and participants. So you'll see a lot of LeoVegas branding over there at the parade. You may have also heard that there's a Christina Aguilera concert, which is happening very soon. So our people, some of our people will have the opportunity to attend that. So there are some Christina fans that work with us who are really excited for that. There's also some educational panel discussions which are being organized in our capital, where we will either attend as participants talking about relevant topics, or we will attend as attendees in order to listen in and see what's being discussed. And overarching all of these activities, there will be a lot of social media presence on our different social media channels. So keep a lookout for that, where we try and really showcase our involvement both internally and externally for this event.
Oh, and I read up a bit before we were going to have this discussion. Since I'm not in Malta any longer, I can't feel the vibes of the weather, but there is a storm approaching. So fingers crossed.
Storm Daniel, he's been named the storm in Malta. Yes, so the timing is a little bit unfortunate for that. In fact, some of the events which were meant to be held outdoor are being held indoor. But those of you who know Malta know that the weather tends to turn around for the better within a short period of time. So we're keeping our fingers crossed that a number of the activities can still go on as planned.
Exactly. It's no use relaxing and sort of too soon. We have to wait until everything actually happens. Each event.
That's right.
What about, like, obviously there is good purpose and thoughts and meanings behind all of this, but in terms of employer branding and also like how your workforce is reacting to all this, what are the sentiment from the floor and from the company?
Okay. I mean, obviously, the sponsorship of EuroPride is an interesting employer branding initiative because it's a very visible event. If you go on, various local media outlets or European media outlets, it's being spoken about, and you can see the LeoVegas branding also linked to that. So there are definitely advantages over there. But I see this so much more as an employer branding initiative. I think it sort of signals that we try and act in the way that we really think is the right way to act as a company. And if we believe in something, then we're going to throw our support and effort behind that to make that happen. And hopefully our employees can be proud of that. I was speaking to some of the organizers who were saying that it's not so difficult to find financial sponsors in order to organize the events and run them from a financial perspective. But it is much harder to find sponsors who are also open to speak in public about why they are sponsoring the event, to attend panels and talk about the challenges that can be faced in this area. So we like to think that we're not just sponsoring, the financial side of things, but also our people are having a voice in all of this and being able to express themselves. Obviously, I can't speak for all our employees because sometimes people have different opinions, different beliefs in this area. But I think in general it has been received really well, and we're proud of our people for doing their best and supporting.
Do you know what? Luckily, while I'm sort of painting the facade of my house, I listened to this audiobook, and first I thought it was for children, and it might very well be. It's called The House in the Cerulean Sea. I want it out there because it's absolutely a fantastic book. And it's really about, the topic of embracing everyone and, all these platitudes that we keep saying, but it doesn't really come in. This one, it's about this caseworker. He goes to different orphanages, and this very specific orphanage has magical children with magical abilities, and how they sort of are shunned from the world. And, you really start liking the individual children. And I think that the narrator or the reader plays a very, very large role in this as well. So I'm sort of, when you listen or when you read this book, you will sort of take your own place. Maybe you are the reader as a company sort of transmitting the word out there. But it really sort of, it goes to heart, this listening into this book. There are people behind everything. So I hear what you're saying, Stefania. Last question from my end.
I have to check that out then.
The House in the Cerulean Sea.
To take your recommendation.
Who to finish off our quick and brief discussion on this, who are you in all this?
That's an interesting question. I think what has been interesting for me over the last few weeks is I feel also personally I've been on a bit of a journey. So I felt that, previous to our involvement in the sponsorship, I felt that I generally understood what some of the challenges are for the community within the workplace and so on. But I think my realization is that I had just scratched the surface, really. And when I hear from our people who are part of the community talking about their own experiences and the discrimination that they have felt in their lives and the unhappiness that they have felt about the way that people have reacted to them, it has really opened my eyes so much more than I ever thought. And it's been a fantastic learning experience. And, people really do need to realize that, we are all human. Words hurt, comments hurt. Being left out of something is a painful experience. And, what a big responsibility we have as employers, as a country, as, a continent, whatever, what big responsibilities we have to make sure that there are equal opportunities and equal chances for everybody. So I take that very, very seriously. And I feel like I have also learned a lot and come a long way as part of this sponsorship.
It gives you perspective. Shall we welcome everyone to this except for Daniel, the storm? Or
the storm, exactly. Yeah, he is not invited to the event. Sorry, Daniel.
Stefania, thank you very, very much, and have a fantastic continuation of this week. I'm going to follow it from aside. Very much so. Take care.
Thank you so much, Heidi.